Chronic contingency in the house.
There we go.
For the extreme retro review for ECW Extreme Warfare Volume 2. I told you motherfuckers we would get to it. All them times I said stay tuned and shit throughout the extreme retro reviews of numbers past. Here we are, finishing out this out of sync edition of the Extreme Retro Review. Extreme Retro Review number 243 clocks in at 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 7 seconds. To my partner in crime, what were your thoughts and views of this edition?
So, quick confession. For Volume 1, I kind of lumped in my opinions because I watched it, full disclosure, I watched it as one big 2 hour and 37-minute block and shit. And even though I did break up where 1 and 2 separated and shit. So when I said 80-20 on the last show, that kind of encompassed both of them. But this half is where the slog fest really begins and shit. This is where I feel like, so it already, I did text Fuge during the second match. I think I text you out, this shit is making me so sleepy. So I got sleepy again when the Battle of the Bam Bam started. It was rough.
Joey's at the nest detailing what's on this tape with the lady boy.
Oh yeah. But yeah, stay tuned for the lady boy because we got to talk about that.
But first, a historic match. The Battle of the Bam Bams, which we recounted in Extreme Retro Review number 223.
You're regretfully welcome.
This was Stipomania 1996. And from that show, we have this clip.
Oh shit, okay, because we get closer and closer. So next, we have the match you never knew that you wanted. It's the Battle of the Bam Bams.
I was bored as shit.
You have... Is Gordy the original Bam Bam?
Yes.
You have the original Bam Bam, Terry Bam Bam Gordy, and then you have, in my opinion, the more famous of the two Bam Bams, the Beast from the East, WWF's own Bam Bam Bigelow.
This is what I wrote verbatim. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for an Eliminator run-in just because.
Match is boring. I start getting sleepy. Thankfully, the Eliminators come out and totally eliminate Gordy. Bam Bam Bigelow nails the diving headbutt from the top rope. Fuge, anything else you want to add to your thoughts?
Bored as shit until the Eliminators came out. Eliminators totally. The Eliminators are. If it wasn't for Shane, the Eliminators are runners up for like people of the show. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers have almost saved the show and shit.
Oh man, it just dawned on me why I love this show so much. On top of it being my birthday show, happy birthday to me, everybody. So next up we have Bubba. Right. Oh man, I agree with everything I said there.
I must note that even though Bam Bam Bigelow had an ECW beta test earlier in 1996, he never wrestled in Philly until Stipomania because the Big Apple Blizzard Blast was in New York City, recounted by us in Extreme Retro Review number 174.
You're welcome.
And Just Another House Show was recounted by us in Extreme Retro Review number 179.
You're welcome.
And that was in Glen Holden, Pennsylvania. It was still plotting, full of no-selling, and run-ins from the Eliminators. Moving on. So we have Public Enemy versus the Gangsters, Part 2. Ugh. And this is from the Sportsland Cafe. And it should be around the Sandman and Mikey feud. So this is just a little bit before Gangsta's Paradise, recounted by us in Extreme Retro Review number 149.
You're welcome. welcome.
Show's operating out of Middletown, New York. So we're deep in Mikey Wick Flip country.
Oh, jeez.
White people are not off beat, but they're not in sync with the old overdub music. So it is a complete LOL for me.
Yeah, it's all fucked up.
Skinny Joe Gertner has a shirt on and a suit that he's going to fill out.
Yeah.
Very, very soon.
Yeah.
HW, your thoughts on Gertner?
It's almost like he knew it was coming, because I noted that his suit was a little too baggy and shit. And, and I was thinking something to the effect that it's funny because he's about to get fat and shit. And apparently he won't be able to fit the shirt no more. I guess that's the only thing he got the right size when he got that suit.
2 referees in this match. First off, we have troubleshooting referee Bill Alfonso from the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission, along with his hired gun for the night, Mongo, who looks eerily suspicious like Bubba Ray Dudley.
Oh, shit. Is that who that was?
Yes.
No shit.
So we got Bubba in his debut before he was debuting as a Dudley. But I should note that his headband that he had on was tie-dye.
Ah.
I don't believe in coincidences in wrestling.
Dang, 911 is a big dude.
Fonzie has a neck brace in his hand, cutting a promo. I'm starting to giggle. Johnny Grunge cuts another quick promo to hype up the crowd. Fonzie cuts another promo on 911 and intros Mongo and cuts a promo on the neck brace. LOL. The other referee is 911. I must note that Mustafa has an old dirty bastard t-shirt on. He's usually shirtless. 95 Gangsters was the shit. They had that energy. Johnny Grunge and New Jack go outside immediately to do their little shitfest brutal match. Mustafa and Rocco have a sloppy match inside, and it's kind of subdued for a street fight until it breaks down into its usual. Table comes in, Mustafa's on it, Rocco's doing the cabbage patch, Fonzie steps in the way, 911 teases the choke slam, Mongo with the save, he gets up for the choke slam, drive by through the table, a third referee comes in, but he gets stomped on by Fonzie. LOL. Todd Gordon comes out and he gets all up in Fonzie's face. I thought they were about to do another sissy fight. Johnny Grunge schoolboys New Jack. Todd counts the pin. Fonzie with a chair. Fonzie then KOs the Public Enemy with a handful of tights, and the Gangsters win. I gave it 4.5 for the whole thing. HW thoughts.
Fonzie saved this his involvement is the only reason why I end up watching and giving a shit, because otherwise, like, Public Enemy, first of all, that's strike one, because they're faggots. And then they and the Gangsters have basically the same match every time that they, said, or anybody they wrestle is going to be in the crowd. It's going to be motherfucking dildos and shit. Where the fuck did Johnny Grunge get a dildo from to hit New Jack with and shit? Nobody, who knows? But that's what you get on that. But because Fonzie was involved in shit, you knew it was gonna be shenanigans. So I just want to see what type of shenanigans it was gonna be. And Fonzie didn't disappoint. And did you hit post match yet? Because I'm kind of geeked and shit. So.
I concur.
Yeah. There's a little nugget post match that I like when 911 was about to get his hands on Fonzie and shit.
Oh, I just wrote that Fonzie makes Geekner say the winners. I don't like face Geekner, and 911 comes back out in the heels powder.
Yeah, well, Mustafa had pulled Fonzie out of the ring and shit, pulled him to safety and shit before. There's a small little nuance that I can appreciate in the original form of professional wrestling before it turned into fucking theater and shit.
So next we have the one and only meeting of Chris Jericho versus Sabu.
20% all day.
And it's caught on fan cam. All the music on both tapes are overdubs, but overdubbed Sabu music is completely awful.
I can't help but to notice that or at least a couple occasions that you censor on the uploads.
Sabu overdub music sounds like bad techno you would find on the Matrix soundtrack cutting room floor. We got nerds in the house with the streamers. They have an evenly contested match. They do the reversals, the aerial shit, the crowd shit. I keep focusing on the pictures on the on the walls.
Yeah, I was looking at them too. So anything significant jumped out to you? Because I couldn't. It was hard for me to like see anything that just looked overly crazy. Like I saw a star, but you know what I'm saying, is it just a star or a pentagram? Who knows? I don't know. But anything jump out to you on any of the pictures on the wall? And
Even Joey said that the match was evenly contested. I get bored as shit with shit like this. Then it goes into overdrive with the triple jump DDT through a table on Jericho. He answers a 10 count. Then Sabu eats it on a failed triple jump from Jericho. Hold on, I don't care. They keep going. Jericho kicks out of the triple jump moonsault press, but jobs to a triple jump moonsault for the win. Bored to tears. Wow. I'm glad this shit wasn't on a supercard or a hardcore TV, because I would have gone into a bitch fit frenzy with how bored to shit I was with this fucking match.
I actually thought it was the match of the night. And again, this was combining both shows, but especially definitely for Volume 2. From once I saw like they was facing each other, like I already had a certain expectation, and I felt like, you know, they ended up living up to it. Even certain little bits of psychology when Sabu had Jericho in a hold and shit. Jericho like grabbed the rope with his left hand and shit, and then Sabu would stump on his left hand and shit, and then he'll do something, or he'll end up pinning him, and then Jericho would hit the rope with his left leg and shit, and then Sabu would stump on his left leg a couple times. Shit. Little shit like that I picked out this shit, and just overall, that was the match of the night.
That is hilarious, because I just, every time I looked at this shit, I saw sloppy botches.
Oh yeah, it was especially that table spot on the outside.
But I really couldn't focus. I was really focused in on the shit that they had on the walls of the damn of the venue. It's like, what the fuck was that pyramid? There's an eyeball with a snake or some shit on one of them. What the fuck is going on? I hated it because even after the match, they did the fucking respect deal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm not a mark for that shit. And then I could go into this big diatribe about how Sabu was being wasted in 1996. Meanwhile, Taz is beating up the Shark Attack Kid, Joel Hartgood, the Dirt Bike Kid, Kobe Nakagawa, Hack Myers, Devin Storm, Polar Bear Paul Varlins, Tommy Dreamer. He's just beating everybody up. RVD.
Yeah.
Sabu is just eking out matches against the Shy, Stevie Richards, Mr. Hughes, Big Titan, RVD for like 4 matches in a row. Then he went into some tag matches against Doug Furnace and what's his name?
Oh yeah, LaFon.
Yeah, Dan Crockett.
Yeah, that too.
It was like you were sabotaging this nigga's career headed towards his first big show in the first quarter of 1997. Ridiculous.
Oh man, or they might have just been using them to try to put people over a little bit, but keep them winning leading up into the match.
So from High Incident, recounted by us, Extreme Retro Review number 227.
You're welcome, and strap in, boys and girls.
We have the main event of that show and the last match on this compilation.
Why?
The scaffold match between Tommy Dreamer and prime time Brian Lee.
So next up we have fake Undertaker Brian Lee coming out. It's main event time. I know that everyone and their mama was clamoring for a main event that featured Brian Lee and Mr. Simp himself. They're in the scaffold match, and decide for yourselves who did it better, Saturn or Lee and what's his name, Tommy Dreamer. They start off fighting off in the crowd, of course. Dreamer is nice and bloody. Excuse me, before they even get up to the scaffold. Makes sense. They're fighting back and forth up there. Big fucking deal. Tommy punches Lee 1,000 times as they're up on the scaffold. He just unwinds on him. This fake Undertaker is tapping into the powers of the fake urn, and he's just eating Tommy Dreamer's finisher and shit. And then finally, on the last punch, he punches fucking Brian Lee through some tables that were set up below. I said, man. But thankfully, that was the end of the match, so I was like, yay. Tommy leaves through the crowd, and the crowd is chanting ECW. Brian Lee is carted out. I wish I was carted out. Fuge, your thoughts.
So I gave this shit 3 stars.
Oh, I'm going to spit out my apple cider beer.
First of all, it was 7 minutes left, so I knew they were going right into this shit. So they're fighting. They're doing their thing. Tommy's bloody. Brian Lee, I think has a paper cut of juice. I don't know. He does the fucking fall, and he crashes through 3 stacks of tables, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting there going, it's over. This Putz and Brian Lee shit has to be over.
Oh, thank God.
You know what I'm saying? Because this motherfucker just crashed through 3 stacks of tables off of a fucking scaffold. There's no way he comes back from this. Stay tuned.
Oh, no.
A little bit of trivia, though, for you.
Okay, lay it on me. I am the former trivia champion.
There was another scaffold match in ECW. Do you remember who was in it?
JT Smith and Dark Patriot.
That is correct.
Come on, somebody!
Ultra Clash, 1993. Recounted by us in Extreme Retro Review number 26.
Damn. And you're welcome. Whew, damn, I feel good. Overall, my overall thoughts of the show, it seemed like a great extended version of hardcore TV. Especially with Dreamer and Brian Lee being in the main event. Shane's shit with the spinning full Nelson. Fucking hilarious. Raven is back. Like, it just felt like, especially with the placement of the shit and shit, like, it just felt like a big ass hardcore TV episode. But as you said earlier, for posterior's sake, go ahead and check it out. If I had to rate it on turnbuckles, I would probably give it 2 turnbuckles out of 4, but that's just me. Check it out for yourselves. Fuge, I don't have nothing else.
We're gonna work on this shit. Coming up next in a few days, the Extreme Retro Review continues on with the October 29th, 1996 show. Until then, life is a work. Make sure you get paid for it. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Moving on. So Joy's been doing lead-ins the whole time as well. It's a compilation. So it's been, phoning in Fuge this entire time. Whatever. He exits the scaffold match and intros the Lady Boy dancing to overdub music. I'm thinking that this is during Hardcore Heaven 1996 where they got the ring fucked up and it broke and they delayed the show by 2 hours. But holy shit, it's the Lady Boy dancing. H-Dub, your thoughts?
So my first thoughts was, since you like to affectionately refer to Kimono Wanalea as the Lady Boy, My first thoughts was like, oh shit, I'm about to see this nigga's nuts and shit. So as I braced myself, cause I said I figured this would be a good opportunity to know for sure and shit. It looked very smooth and feminine down there and shit. For the 0 subscribers or Street Spark video, Food has his left hand covering his face and shit. And face palm Captain Picard like meme style and shit. I
Coming up next in a few days, we head back into January of 1997 ECW with the January 16th, 1997 show. Until then, always know life is a work. Make sure you get paid for it. We out. Peace.
peace.